It kind of sounds like a clickbait, right? The fastest way to get more traffic and increase conversions. Don't worry, it's not a clickbait, but I need to explain it to you because it's not about the thing that, you implement the fastest, but it has everything to do with the fastest way, because this is about how your website speed has a huge impact on how much traffic you're getting and how your website is converting as well. And I actually didn't recognize this for a long time. As you may know, I built up various businesses, built up a team towards 45 people until I sold one of my businesses previously. Right now we're at like 20 people at UpViral. And during that time, I've always been super passionate about like how to increase conversions, right? Like what do we do to just increase conversions, how to get more people to sign up? Because at the end of the day, whoever can afford the most to get people in, wins, right? That's kind of like how the game is being played, regardless of whether you run paid ads or with affiliates or whatever other traffic channels. Like everything has a cost to it, whether it's money or time. So the better your conversion rates are, the more, the better it is, right? And yet throughout all that time, I sort of like ignored the impact of like the speed of a website that it has on like everything, right? And especially if you're getting organic traffic, especially if you're getting traffic from like Google, speed is really, really important, because like they're literally checking like, is your site fast enough? If not, well, just drop you down into the rankings. But there's actually another traffic source where this has a major impact. And this is something that I definitely ignored for a long time, like I said, and it's paid ads, right? Because what I didn't realize, because for a long time, our site was just like slow. I'll just say that, like it was just super slow, right? It was a WordPress website, which is fine. WordPress can be really fast, but it was just over time, just got stitched together with all these different plugins and just like, we need something else. We'll just add another plugin. It just got like, and it just became slow, right? And, I'm here in the Netherlands. We have like this fastest internet connection in the country. And, whenever I try it out, it's like, it's all right, right? But when we, for example, run ads, right? Someone, it might be on their mobile device and they're like interrupted. They don't want to go to our website. They're just being interrupted. They see something on Facebook or whatever, right? They click on it and they're just going to wait for a little bit, maybe like a second. But like if it's going to take like 4, 5, 6, 7 seconds, they're not going to go for that, right? And even if they're going to wait for that, they'll be so annoyed by the time that, they land on your landing page, they're not going to give you the time of day, right? They're just like, finally, let's get out of here, because this was like super annoying, right? And I never really recognized of like how important that is. And it's only after we actually made a huge change in that, after we made our website way faster. There's still room to grow, or there's still improvements to be made, but it's much faster, and it helped us to increase conversion rates. And we're also starting to see the upside on organic traffic as well, and I expect to get a bigger lift in that over the coming months, simply because it's just much faster, right? And if you're wondering, is this applicable to me, and better yet, how do I fix it, there's actually very good tools that you can just use to see how long it will take for your website to load. Like I've always used Pingdom, tools.pingdom.com. Another very well known is GT Metrics, very powerful to just see like, get a bit of an idea of like how fast or how slow is my website. And obviously also Google's own page speed site as well. If you just Google for like Google page speed, you'll find it, because that will actually show you what kind of score they will give it, both for desktop and mobile. So you also know like, hey, this is what Google thinks of it, because it's actually very important what they think about it as well. Again, for organic search, if you want to rank higher, like if they believe it's really fast, then that means a good user experience. If someone clicks over from Google to your website, that works much better, right? And they actually prefer that, obviously. Now, in case your website is too slow and you want to improve it, there's obviously multiple things you can do, right? If you're a techie and you're like, you build up your website yourself, like try to remove as much beep as possible, right? There's like always the low-hanging fruit. If you use any of those tools, you'll actually be able to see what files or what things will take the longest, right? Sometimes it's like certain images that you can just optimize. Like if you Google for something like image optimizer, there's plenty of free tools where you can just upload your pictures and it'll actually make them reduce size so they're faster, right? But these are like, this is basic stuff, right? Like for me, even though I'm technical enough to think about this kind of stuff, still I found it much better to find someone who's just like an expert at this, right? Because someone who's a true expert at this is probably going to do a much better job than you can anyway, right? So I highly recommend to just hire someone. For example, go to Upwork. There's plenty of freelancers doing this. And that's why these tools that I just mentioned are very important as well, because as they are working, as they're saying like, hey, if we're going to improve your site speed, then you want to check their work, right? You want to check like, are they actually making any progress? But also ask them like, hey, what sites have you optimized, right? What sites have you optimized? Because that way you can check those sites with those same tools And if they're not like lightning fast, they're not good, right? So you want to make sure they have examples that are lightning fast. Like in our case, we decided not to rebuild everything at UpViral because like it was so clunky. We just rebuilt everything at a platform like Webflow. And obviously, if you are currently at an existing platform, that might be the limiting factor, right? There's plenty of people who, for example, are on ClickFunnels, which unless they made recent changes is not fast, right? Like you're always going to be restricted by the platform it is on, right? So certain platforms are simply slower than others. So sometimes it just means, switching over to another business, rebuilding your site, which is a pain in the ass, which costs money, which costs time. But for us, it's been 100% worth it. And I believe it's going to have a bigger impact over the coming months as well in terms of traffic. But so far, it's already helping us a lot with conversion rates, right? So really, this is just like my wake-up call for all the entrepreneurs out there who are like busy, sending traffic to their website or like increasing conversion rates, whatever, but I just don't look at the website speed. You don't have to look at it, like just look at it once. And if you think like, hey, this could be improved, hire someone to fix that for you. Hire someone to make your website faster because it will pay itself out 100%, right? So that's it for today. And I hope to see you next week. All right, cut. We're done here. Let's wrap it up. Oh, well, sorry. You're still there. Well, in that case, thanks for watching and make sure to subscribe to my channel where I share marketing tips, tricks, and strategies that will help you grow your business faster. So you can click on the subscribe button right now or check out the next video. Either way, thanks for watching and I'll see you next time.